Imagine a cold so fierce it seeps into your bones, where every breath freezes in the air and the world outside is a silent, white graveyard. No heaters, no thick coats, just rags and mud to keep you alive. This is a medieval winter, the deadliest season of all. Hi, my name is Shar, and this is the And Other Stories podcast, where we dive into the spooky, the gory and the gruesome from folklore to fact. And today we're asking, would you survive if you were trapped in a Middle Ages winter? From the struggling peasant huddled in a wooden hut, to the lord locked inside a stone castle, both battling hunger and disease, and something darker lurking in the frost. The Middle Ages winter was brutal, cold, and merciless. The Little Ice Age had begun, bringing longer, harsher winters. Crops failed, animals starved, and entire villages sometimes vanished under layers of snow. For most, survival meant withstanding freezing winds, dark nights lasting nearly 16 hours, and food that ran out too fast. So what if you were a peasant? Picture a small village nestled in a valley. Wooden huts with thatched roofs, weighed down by ice and snow. Inside, the air is thick with smoke from a dying fire. The peasants wear threadbare tunics, fingers stiff and cracked from frostbite. Food is a fading memory. Last summer's harvest was poor, and now the grain stores are empty. Livestock have perished, and their frozen bodies are hidden in shallow pits. The peasants eat roots, dried herbs or stale bread that is often crawling with weevils. Hunger gnaws relentlessly, making muscles weaken and minds foggy. Illness runs rampant in the village. Scurvy from lack of vitamin C, pneumonia from the cold dampness, and dysentery from contaminated water, frozen in ice but thawing in the huts. Fever burns, and bodies waste away slowly, sometimes hours from death, with flesh mottled purple and black from frostbite. Some nights the cold steals sleep, and shadows on the walls flicker. Elders tell ghost stories around the dying fires. They whisper of the winter wraith, a ghostly figure draped in frost, said to steal warmth from the living, feeding on fear. When someone dies, there's no ceremony. The frozen earth is too hard to dig, so bodies lie in their beds, stiffening in silence. Despair hangs thick, like the smoke from the dying fires. Outside, packs of hungry wolves prowl, their howls echoing through the still forest. Starved men sometimes vanish on wood-gathering missions, rumoured to be taken by dark things in the woods, or worse, driven mad by cold and hunger. Your existence is miserable at best, and deadly at worst. But what if you were a lord? We shift to a stone manor, cold but sturdier against the storm. Heavy oak doors groan against the wind, and tapestries barely block the chill creeping through the cracks. Inside, the lord's household gathers around flickering hearths, faces pale from weeks of rationed food. Salted meats and barrels of ale offer some comfort, but supplies are dwindling. The Lord's knights keep watch, but even they shiver in iron armour, their breath misting in the cold halls. Medicine is basic, but better than the village. You have herbal salves, bloodletting, and prayers to saints. But still sickness spreads, and a chill fever is taking hold of servants, some never waking again. Rumours spread of strange lights in the courtyard at night. Icy orbs drifting silently, seen only by the youngest pages. Servants speak of whispered voices echoing down the stone corridors, of cold hands brushing shoulders in empty chambers. The Lord faces cruel decisions. Should he ration food to the servants or keep his family fed? Should he risk sending men into the snow to forage, knowing that many won't return? Winter warfare ceases, but danger still remains. A rival lord could strike when defences are weak, or bandits, emboldened by desperation, might attack. If wounded, the Lord has surgeons who might cauterize the wounds with hot irons, but infection and gangrene are the biggest threat in a time before antibiotics. Winter was the true enemy of the Middle Ages, indifferent, relentless, and merciless. Whether peasant or king, the frost killed indiscriminately. The dead lay frozen in forgotten graves, while the living just tried to survive without going mad. Would you make it through the longest, darkest winter? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe if you want more deep dives into history's cruelest chapters.